dried, leafy substance. "Will this do?" "It says hemp seed in the rhyme, but—" "Let's get on with it, then. I'm not hanging round in this bloody churchyard much longer. It's giving me the creeps," she shuddered. "Scared, are you?" Joe gave Leanne a withering look. "Piss off. Course I'm not scared. We've got to do it on the path near the church door, and we can't do it till midnight." Leanne was relishing the experience of being slightly, tantalizingly frightened. Anything to relieve the tedium of village life, of the dull routine of catching the bus to Tradmouth Comprehensive each morning and hanging round the village bus shelter and phone box each night. "We'd better get a move on." Joe squinted to see her watch in the bright moonlight. "It's nearly midnight now. Can you remember that verse your gran told you?" "Course I bloody can." The two girls giggled nervously up the church path, not daring to look left or right. The mist prowled like lean white cats around the lichened tombstones. Joe's hand was shaking as she handed the plastic bag to Leanne. "This had better bleeding work." Leanne opened the bag. "We walk towards the church door, scattering it. Then we look round. That's when we see—" "Get on with it! Hurry up!" Leanne emptied the contents of the bag into her outstretched palm. Then she began to walk slowly, ceremoniously, towards the ancient church, scattering the leaves onto the path. "Hemp seed I sow, hemp seed I sow. He that will my true love be, come rake this hemp seed after me," she pronounced solemnly. "Now we look round," she added apprehensively, dreading an encounter with her future lover less than her friend's sarcastic disdain when the ritual didn't work. And the girls turned slowly. They saw a movement. Something white swayed from the branch of a large yew tree to their left. They stared for a few seconds before they realized that this was no vision of the man of their dreams. The body hung there, twisting in the breeze that was blowing in the mist from the creek. It was Joe who let out the first night-shattering scream. At 10 past midnight, Julian Destry, he had added the apostrophe to impress clients, poured himself another glass of Chardonnay and waved the bottle at the lithe blonde who lay supine on the adjacent sun-lounger. Monica Bellman shook her head. "I'm going for another swim." She sat up and reached across to touch Julian's bare stomach. Her hand slid lower, but he grabbed it before it reached its target. "Not now." Monica pouted in exaggerated disappointment. "What's the matter?" "A bit stressed out. Busy week." "That's why we come down here, to relax, to get away from all that. Come on. What's wrong?" She knelt up on her sun-lounger and began fumbling with the back of her bikini top. "I know the perfect cure for stress." "What?" "Wait and see." She discarded her top and slipped elegantly out of her bikini bottom, something most women are incapable of doing with any panache. Then she approached the edge of the pool, and after looking over her shoulder to make sure Julian was taking in the view, plunged her slender, naked body into the chlorinated blue waters of Worthy Court's communal indoor swimming pool. Julian propped himself up on his elbow and watched Monica appreciatively while he sipped his Chardonnay. "Put some music on!" shouted Monica from the pool, floating neatly on her sunbed-bronzed back. Julian obliged, placing a CD expounding the merits of sexual healing on the portable player by his side. "Turn it up! Right up! It'll get us in the mood!" Her voice held a Cockney twang and more than a hint of erotic suggestion. Julian obeyed, and after a few minutes of watching Monica frolicking mermaid-like in the water, pulled off his swimming trunks and joined her in the pool. He swam up to her, and she flipped onto her back, a come-hither look in her bright blue eyes. "Listen to the sound quality of those little speakers. It pays to buy the best," he called over the suggestive rhythm. "What?"